On October 21, 2025, the USS Higgins, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, arrived in Manila Bay, a powerful symbol of the enduring U.S.-Philippines alliance. The sight of the warship gliding into the harbor was a striking reminder of the two nations' shared history and ongoing partnership. As the ship's crew prepared to dock, anticipation grew among both American and Filipino officials, as well as local residents who gathered along the waterfront to witness the event. Its docking followed weeks of joint naval maneuvers in the South China Sea, where U.S. and Philippine forces trained side by side. These exercises not only enhanced interoperability between the two navies, but also sent a clear message about their renewed commitment to regional security and stability in the face of growing tensions. U.S. and Philippine naval officers exchanged formal greetings on the deck, their uniforms crisp and their faces reflecting both pride and determination. The two nations' flags fluttered together in the tropical breeze, symbolizing unity and mutual respect. The visit was timed just after major multinational drills involving several allied navies, amplifying the message of solidarity and collective defense. These exercises demonstrated the willingness of regional partners to work together in safeguarding vital sea lanes and upholding international law. U.S. Ambassador Mary Kay Carlson called the visit a testament to the Mutual Defense Treaty, reassuring Manila and warning potential aggressors that the United States stands firmly with its ally. Her remarks underscored the seriousness with which both nations view their security commitments. The treaty, signed in 1951, has long served as the cornerstone of U.S.-Philippine defense relations. Today, it explicitly covers attacks on Philippine forces in the South China Sea, reflecting the evolving security landscape and the need for clear assurances. The USS Higgins's presence was both a gesture of support and a clear demonstration of American resolve. Its arrival sent a powerful signal to the region that the United States is prepared to defend its allies and uphold freedom of navigation. For many Filipinos, seeing the warship in their harbor was a reassuring sight, a reminder that they are not alone in defending their maritime rights and national sovereignty. The event sparked conversations about security, partnership, and the future of the region. The ship's advanced radar arrays and missile launchers stood as a silent promise of support in turbulent times, embodying the strength and commitment of the U.S.-Philippines alliance as they face an uncertain future together. The arrival of the USS Higgins in the Philippines marked a significant moment, capping off the highly anticipated Sama-Sama 2025 exercise. This year's event was the largest and most complex iteration of the multinational naval exercise to date, bringing together an unprecedented number of ships, personnel, and advanced technology. What began years ago as a simple U.S.-Philippines drill has now evolved into a truly global affair. Today, it includes Japan, Canada, France, the UK, Australia, and several other partners, demonstrating a growing international concern over the security and stability of the South China Sea. From October 6 to 17, warships from 3 continents sailed in close formation off western Palawan. This powerful display of unity sent a clear message to the world about the strength of Allied cooperation in the region. The expanded exercise not only showcased military might, but also highlighted a shared commitment to maintaining a free and open Indo-Pacific, where international law and maritime rights are respected by all. Each participating nation brought its own unique capabilities to the table, from cutting-edge anti-submarine warfare and advanced air defense systems, to cyber operations and maritime surveillance. This diversity of expertise made the drills more dynamic and effective. Through live-fire drills, coordinated maneuvers, and real-time information sharing, the exercises improved interoperability among the Allied navies and sent a clear deterrent message to Beijing and other potential challengers. Sama-Sama is more than just a training event. It's a strategic signal to the region and the world. It demonstrates that any attempt to change the status quo by force will be met with a united and resolute front. The message is delivered not just in words, but in the synchronized movements and seamless cooperation of Allied fleets, standing together for peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific. Sama-Sama 2025 was no ceremonial event. It was a rehearsal for real-world conflict. U.S., Canadian, Japanese, and Philippine ships conducted live-fire gunnery, anti-submarine, and air defense drills. Aircraft like the U.S. Navy's P-8 Poseidon and French Falcon 50 patrolled for simulated underwater threats. Crews practiced detecting and countering air attacks, testing both technology and human skill under pressure. The goal: forge a protective bubble around the fleet and ensure survival in hostile waters. These high-end operations, led by the Philippines' Western Naval Command, built trust and muscle memory among allies. The exercises weren't about preparing for imminent war, but about building credible deterrence. By training together, the navies showed they could respond as one to any act of aggression. The urgency behind Sama is rooted in China's escalating aggression in the region. In August 2025, near Scarborough Shoal, a Chinese Navy destroyer and Coast Guard cutter collided while harassing a Philippine patrol vessel. A dangerous escalation. Chinese ships have rammed Filipino boats, injured sailors, and even disrupted exercises with water cannons and unsafe aerial maneuvers. These incidents defy previous agreements and raise the risk of a major crisis. Beijing often follows up with disinformation, falsely claiming victories or sovereignty. This campaign aims to intimidate neighbors and normalize China's presence in disputed waters. The pattern is clear: physical intimidation, legal distortion, and narrative control. The stakes are high as China seeks to erode the rights of its neighbors in defiance of international law. The South China Sea, known locally as the West Philippine Sea, is a critical artery for global trade and energy. 1/3 of world shipping passes through these waters, linking Asia to the rest of the world. Any disruption would shatter supply chains and destabilize economies worldwide. The sea also holds vital oil, gas, and fishing resources, essential for the livelihoods of millions. China's sweeping claims overlap with its neighbors' exclusive economic zones, fueling conflict and threatening food security. For the Philippines and its neighbors, defending these waters is about sovereignty, survival, and economic future. The Philippines is not alone. In the face of mounting tensions and challenges in the South China Sea, Manila finds itself backed by a powerful network of allies, determined to uphold international law and regional security. The United States has reaffirmed its unwavering commitment to the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty, making it clear that any armed attack on Philippine forces in the South China Sea will trigger American support. This pledge is not just symbolic, it is backed by regular joint military exercises, intelligence sharing, and the visible presence of U.S. forces in the region. Freedom of navigation operations by the U.S., UK, and France challenge China's excessive claims and defend the principle of open seas. These missions send a clear message. The world will not accept unilateral attempts to control international waters. These operations uphold the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea and contest Beijing's attempts to restrict passage. By maintaining a steady presence, Allied navies reinforce the right of all nations to navigate freely and safely. In 2016, an international tribunal in The Hague invalidated China's sweeping 9-line claim, giving Manila strong legal backing and setting a precedent for the region. The ruling underscored the importance of international law in resolving maritime disputes. China rejects the ruling, but the verdict strengthens the Philippines' case and international support. The global community continues to call for respect of the tribunal's decision, urging peaceful resolution and adherence to established norms. The growing coalition of allies, Japan, Australia, Canada, reinforces deterrence through integrated military, diplomatic, and economic support. Their participation in joint exercises and coordinated patrols demonstrates a united front against coercion. This network approach assures Manila that its struggle is shared by a global community. The Philippines is not isolated. It stands at the center of a broad alliance committed to peace and stability. Defending the rules-based order is a collective responsibility, vital for regional and global stability. The world is watching, and together, these nations are determined to safeguard the freedom of the seas for generations to come. Facing persistent threats, the Philippines is modernizing its military, shifting from internal security to territorial defense. The new comprehensive archipelagic defense concept focuses on monitoring and protecting the nation's vast maritime domain. The Navy is acquiring advanced frigates, patrol vessels, and considering submarines. The Air Force seeks modern fighters and surveillance aircraft. These investments are essential for sovereignty, even if costly and time-consuming. International partnerships multiply the impact. Exercises like Sama provide vital training and exposure to advanced tactics. Joint drills, such as securing offshore platforms, directly address real-world threats. The strategy isn't to match China, ship for ship, but to build a porcupine defense, raising the cost of aggression. By strengthening capabilities and alliances, the Philippines aims to deter coercion and defend its future. The South China Sea has long been a flashpoint, but recent escalations have raised the stakes for all. Stability now depends on balancing deterrence with dialogue and respect for international law. The UN Convention on the Law of the Sea and the 2016 tribunal ruling provide a foundation for peaceful resolution. Ignoring these frameworks only breeds instability and risk. Diplomatic channels and regional forums like ASEAN are essential for managing tensions and building consensus. The story of the USS Higgins and Sama Sama is about seeking stability through cooperation and shared values. The goal is to prevent conflict by making the costs of aggression clear. The future of the Indo-Pacific depends on nations working together, upholding law, and choosing dialogue over confrontation.